Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Good evening, good day to you viewers around the world. You are welcome to SSM Week Monday Between the Line Week Starters. George, somebody said, a viewer said, there's no point always welcoming George. There's no point saying, George, you're welcome. Your yes, it's a note I got, and I said, yeah, that's quite intelligent thing to say. So you're here. You guys will introduce yourself.
Dr. Olufemi is here too.
Okay.
How are you,
go ahead, guys.
How are you?
Go ahead.
I'm awesome. I'm awesome.
Mark, how are you doing too? How is Germany?
Well, yeah, it's cold. It's very, very cold out here. Somehow it got on us too, but we rise above all these things. You know, we should get used to the weather. Anyway, it's good
George,
to see you guys.
I hope Canada is warm as well.
No, it's too cold. It's -5. So you can imagine. -5.
You can imagine. All right, guys. It's good to see you both. Like I said, somebody said, let the men do their own intro. There's no point saying welcome every time because we're always here together. No point saying welcome to men that own the program, you own the stream. So let's hear that you guys say something. Go ahead now, George.
Well, I just want to welcome viewers from around the world on our Monday Between the Lines. We have stacks of information for you today, so just stay tuned. As we're getting ready for Christmas, things are intensifying around the world, and we're here to bring the news update to you.
Good. Dr. Femi.
Yeah. I just want to, my brother said in there, I just want to welcome everybody onto the fact line, the only place where you can get authentic information and authentic ideas, which is not diluted by ideas beyond nationalism. This is where it is.
Nice. So viewers, you've heard them welcome themselves. I didn't do that, and this is how they'll be doing henceforth. So when we come in the stream, you guys will just put out your own self. You know, they say you're part of it. We've been here for years. No point saying welcome, George, welcome, Femi. All right, so this is it. Between the Lines, guys. During the week, there were so much, like George said. The world experienced a lot. Let's start with back home. Back home, Nigeria. 4 people were killed, and many more worshippers were abducted as terrorists strike again in Kogi State community. Kogi is central Nigeria, what we call the Middle Belt. Do you guys have that story? Let me start with you, Femi. Femi, again, this is almost like a ping pong. You know, these guys are playing ping pong with human lives, and you know, I play here. Femi, tell us what happened in Kogi.
It's a sad narrative when we have news like this, where this enemy of progress, enemy of civilization, have soft targets targeting civilians and targeting individuals for the purpose of extracting money for extorting them, and it's a sad narrative, and we hope and we look forward to more decisive action by the states on behalf of these innocent Nigerians. It's a sad one. It's a bad one.
George, are they trying to tell Christopher Musa, our new defense minister, that you're not capable enough? Is this like a warning sign to?
It's a mockery of our government to begin with. When you think about it, even with the Trump's threats and everything else, it seems like after the threatening of Trump, and you think he's going to, de-escalate, but it's increasing in intensification. And what you're seeing also is that Christmas is around the corner, and they want to gather all the money as much as they can, before the Christmas break and all that kind of stuff. But it's really, really very, laughable when you think about it. We have a government who is promising, all kinds of things, but yet, you see a concerted effort making sure that there is frustration, to whatever the government is trying to do. But like I keep on saying again and again and again, there is complicit with some of the people in the government, because to be very frank with you, anybody who is a sympathizer to all these terrorist organizations ought to face firing squad. I don't give a care who you are. If you're negotiating with them, if you're part of the group that is going to send them money, look at all these young people that are doing this. Is where they're getting all this, sophisticated equipment from. Most of these equipments are, our military they don't even have it, and yet you are allowing these youths to go out there, and then after they do everything, they will go to Facebook, they will go to Instagram, they will go to, other social media, and then begin to just show themselves that you people cannot do anything to us. And then the funniest part of it is when you think about all this, it's easier for the government to search out individuals locally whenever they're doing anything. But this one, they will go and they will say, oh, we have negotiated, or we have rescued. You're rescuing. What about the rest of the people? And how did you rescue them? Did they run away and you caught them? Or was it that you negotiated and they said, okay, we're going to release 100 people for you guys with this amount of money? Because there is something going on that the government is not telling the public, which is very, very sad. We know that they pay money to release these people, and then they are intensifying their attacks in churches. I thought they said there was no Christian genocide. But ever since this thing came out, you have seen the increase and intensification of people still these terrorists going to churches, killing people, taking whoever they can, and then walking away. And when you come back, you say, oh, we rescued 40 people, we rescued 100 people. And there is no arrest of any kind. And nothing.
Yes. George, good one. Dr. Femi, I was coming to that to say, now this is also one of those reasons why they say it's intentional Christian massacre, Christian abduction. Femi, do you agree now? Imagine being in church, worshiping. There was a guy killed. They say he's a member, a very fervent member. JJ is his name, and they say he comes to church earlier than most people. He does all of those rites in church, and now he's been killed. So is this not real true plan on the Christian community?
In as much as I want to sympathize with my community, with the Christian community, we need to stop this narrative. Every Nigerian matters, whether they are Christian, Muslims, or not. The people that are killed on the streets of Nigeria, on the various areas of Nigeria who are not Christians, are they not be accounted for? So this, until we stop this narrative, and because we are singing this song, this narrative we're just singing now, these people are beginning to use that as an opportunity to now do that more. So let's attack the church so that when we do this, it will become more lucrative. Until we stop it, we say, oh, Nigerians, We have to just stop it. The insecurity in Nigeria is touching everybody. On the people, a lot of people are not driving on the street, on the roads to go to the east or to the holidays. Are they when they kidnap them on the road? Would they say Christians kidnapped, Muslims and non-religious go away? Would they happen to them? People are not going on the road because there is insecurity. Let's stop this. Let's stop this narrative of the church. The people that are doing the church are doing it on purpose because they know now that is a soft target. Now the churches have been told. The church has been told. Now beef up security around yourself. And also when we talk about government is this and that, Nigerian security forces cannot be on every soil of Nigeria. They cannot be at every spot. What is happening is that the states and the local government are not doing their bit because they expect federal government boots cannot be on every soil. But the local government and state government are not doing their bit. So until they start doing their bit, so that those communities will become involved in it, security is a local issue. So information around those securities area, this is what we should be hammering on and talking about. When we start talking about Christian community, Christian are Christian, we are pandering to something that they want to do. So let us begin to focus on when we don't give them air, we don't give them fuel to do this, then it becomes more of a national issue, state issue, and a local government problem.
It's very, very unfortunate that you're taking that position, Dr. Femi, because you're giving excuses. You're giving excuses for the failure. Now, let me finish. You're giving excuses for the failure of the government as it is. And the failure of the government is not hold tight. The defense, the first and the most important function of the government is the security and the safety of the people. When a government fails in this, it's failed woefully. What we are seeing is a constant and consistent attack on particular who are attacking and who are they attacking. That's the first question you're going to ask. Whether, you were giving them ammunition to go and then start attacking churches even more. Even there is a threat that if they don't stop, that, Trump is saying, we're going to come back, gun are blazing and all that kind of stuff. Is that what is fueling them? That's why they go in and capture and kill people. Let's stop that nonsense. We already know there is a failure. And the failure is not because the government, within the government, there are moles in the government. Because if you listen to this, read that narrative about the Kogi attack again and see what actually happened with the timing. Again, another timing that took place, whereby almost how many hours, before the security, these people were already attacking the people for 4 solid hours. Before the security alert, they started coming. So why is it that when they are coming, when the security is there, the security will leave, give them space to come and attack and finish. And after they finish, they come back. When they finish the attack, then the security will show up. And this particular one right now is whereby 4 solid hours of attack. Are you telling me the security didn't know about it? For 4 hours, nobody showed up until after they finished the attack. Something is wrong somewhere.
Yeah, something is wrong. But George, I won't play into the fact that security knew and left and made them come.
It happened before. It's supposed to be one of the investigations. Listen to this. Listen, this is one of the investigations that the government is actually being mandated. Find out why. This new particular Minister of Defense right now, the first line of investigation he's supposed to be doing is to find out what happened in the last one. When all of a sudden the security personnel that were there left for how many hours? Well, after the attack took place, they came back. Something is going on. Come on, man. There is no smoke without fire here.
Can I respond to this?
Okay,
This is not an what's called I want to use. This is an authenticated investigation. This is still a hearsay. What I want to say is this. Let me, because when we talk about security and
don't say here saying when the government is the one reporting all these things to us.
I allow you to speak. When we talk about authenticated investigation, it is different from where we say social media information and all investigation. We hear about that all the time. And as I just said, insecurity and security is a local content. When we say government, who do we mean by government? Most of the time, let me tell you one of the things we do, and we do in that is a massive error. Especially those of us who are elitist, or say government. We just assume we are talking about federal government. Every state government has billions allocated for security.
Okay.
Now, what are those government done in order to secure their states? What is the local government done to? They've been allocated. There's national allocation, direct allocation to local government. There's direct allocation to state government. They are not doing. Which just the government is not. Government is done. It's just assumed that the federal government has not done it. What about those local government? Secondly, when we talk about this issue of insecurity, we're talking about here. We need to get, you said it, we need to get to the bottom of it. But when we talk about this, we need to take people who are support at that local environment, who are responsible for those insecurity. Stop talking about the Minister for Defense. Minister for Defense and Nigerian Army will not be put boots on every soil of Nigeria. Nigeria is so massive that you cannot, Niger State alone is bigger than many countries in Africa, and we want them. What we should be talking about. Can I finish? Can I conclude? What should we be talking about? I think our program is supposed to be focused to news and then advice, because we don't know who's watching. Advice have been moving Nigeria forward. That is what I look for, because that is nationalism in me. How do I secure Nigeria? That is to say, we should be calling out state governors and state and local government chairmen who are supposed to be custodian of the security. You said security is the first and most important thing that the government should do. What government? Which government? Are we talking about federal government alone, with excluding the state and local government? Lagos State, there's nothing like that in Lagos State. There's something like that in Ogun State. So why is it that they are doing that? They are secure because their governments are proactive. But when you have reactive governors who are collecting money from it, look at what happened in the Northern Governor. Bless you. Look at Northern Governor Forum. They had a meeting. They said, oh, the government should stop something, and they want to put money together to do what? To pay bandits. So when we talk about, when we begin to look, we should begin to call out, this program should be calling out state governors. What are you doing with your security votes? What are you doing? Security votes is giving every year billions, hundreds of billions to do this. And they are not doing it for the purpose of what they are supposed to be doing it. Let's begin to call them out. Or just government. When we say our government, Nigerians assume it's federal government.
Yes,
not federal government, states.
Let's begin to call them out. Good one, yes. Dr. Feb. But maybe also, let me say this. There's this.
Bless you, George.
Yeah, he has the cough, the cold.
Yeah.
There's this comment you made now. Nigeria is so big, it's not easy for the security arms to cover everywhere. But hear this. He said these are some of the excuses that puts leadership down. The fact that they know that Nigeria is big, it's not today we know that Nigeria is big. I knew from primary school that the size of Nigeria is equal to most state countries in Africa, for example, even in some states in some countries in Europe. So the fact that we know this, shouldn't they now also understand this and walk into that arrangement that, listen, it's a complex country, too many ethnic groups, too many land space too big, let's find how to do this. You know, so we keep giving the excuse of it's too big, it's too complex. How can we do it? And
massive Mark.
Go ahead, George.
What happened in River State when Fubara was sent out? Can you please remind me exactly what happened in River State? Hold tight. Just I want Massive Mark to tell us, remind us again, what was it that happened in River State when a state of emergency was declared there and the governor was taken out? What exactly happened there? Was not the military sent to that particular place?
Yeah. A state of emergency was declared.
A state of emergency, and they had a lot of military personnel all over. My sister lives there. No, hold tight. Hold tight.
Go ahead, George. Go ahead.
My question is, a state of emergency being declared in River State, the same military personnel all over, roadblocks all over the place. I got pictures from my sister who traveled around, and because she was taking pictures and showing videos of those things. Now, why are you telling me that these particular states that are having these issues, okay, whether we like it or not, they can receive billions of dollars or naira worth of, security, security money that is given to them? The bottom line is the safety of the people is also largely dependent upon the federal government, because we don't have any state police. We do not have any state police. What we have is we have the federal police, we have the DSS, we have the also we have all these agencies that are working. Can we? No. You don't do that. These states have been. They have. Okay, can I finish what I'm saying, please? Can I finish? Stop giving excuses for the government. The government does not need excuses, because they already know that they are failing in this particular issue. And if they want to succeed, frankly speaking, they have to go back into the foundation of this whole entire mess and begin to clip and tell us the truth of what is really going on. We know what is going on. We know what is going on. And what is going on is that a whole lot of complicit. There are moles in the government. Even Jonathan cried it during his era, and during Buhari, he turned a blind eye to the whole entire thing, and that's how they have gotten so deep into it right now that it's so difficult for them. We need external help to come and eradicate this mess, and it can be done in less than 1 month if they decide to do this. Right. We're playing games. That's all it is. We're playing games. You're trying to tell me if another nation is coming against us? Hold on. If another nation, another country is coming against us, here we are sending troops all over the whole entire Africa to come and rescue democracy. This is nonsense, man. Come on. Stop playing games. We are playing games. We need to stop playing games with the lives of the people in Nigeria. Whether it's Christian, Muslim, it doesn't matter. We are playing games. If we want to, we can stop it.
Okay,
we can stop it.
Let me just respond to this. Let me respond to this. Please, for goodness sake, let us stop comparing apples with oranges. What
Here we go again.
Can I finish? What happened in Rivers State was a political logjam, which is now where some people want to start playing on it by beginning to attack our treasures in Rivers State, which is the oil pipe. And that was why the federal government had to step in and stem this. Today, that has been resolved. It was a political logjam that was going to lead, some people were going to play on it. That was one. So you cannot compare that, because it was just a political logjam that was being dealt with. And it was dealt with, and when it was dealt with, everything went down and everything went back to situation. We are talking about internal crisis, especially in the northern part of Nigeria, which had been going on for many decades. It only escalates
so
over
the government is so weak, it cannot even fight them.
Can I finish speaking? You are talking about something. This federal government dealt with a root of a problem which was just starting, that was just growing, quickly kill it off, and then solve it out in Rivers State. This insecurity in the northern part of Nigeria, and which is spread to other parts of Nigeria, had been on for decades. You are saying it can be done in 3 months. Because you don't have an idea of what we're talking about. We're talking about crisis.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We do know what we are talking about.
Awolowo said, the children that you did not send to school will come and hunt you. This insecurity we are talking about, these people that are bandits we are talking about, they are the children of Almonjeri that have been on the street for decades. We are talking about, we're going to start that in 3 months. 3 months of what? What are you talking about? These are the children of people that have been deprived. These are the children of people that have been deprived over decades. So what they are doing is they are
deprived by who?
On the society.
Deprived by who?
By the local man. by the federal government and the northerners of northerners.
Oh, they deprive them. They stop them from going to school. They say don't go to school. Deprive them by telling them not to go to school. Are you kidding me?
Gentlemen, let's get into other stories. I see where you're going, Dr. Femi. I see where you're going. So,
can you imagine it? Who is depriving who? Now, let me ask you a question. Okay, no, let him answer this, and then we'll go to another subject. Dr. Lufemi, tell me the reason why. Hold on, hold tight. Let me ask you one question. If you go to the east today, we were talking about when they're saying that whatever, or how did they say that all the places where you put all these no, not the amajories, all the unofficial this just came out last week by the government that every unofficial roadblocks, you know, they need to stop it. You go to the east today, to the southeast, every 5 kilometers you go, you will see a roadblock. Every 5 kilometers you go to, you see a roadblock, and all these are military men. You have that in the east, but in the places where they are needed, there are no roadblocks.
Who said so?
Yeah, if there are roadblocks, I don't know where you guys, you know, because evidently these people will travel freely from the roads, from wherever. They have never been stopped anywhere.
Who said they travel on the roads? These
do they travel in the air? They travel in the air? They drive their motorcycles in the air?
They cycle in the bushes.
In the air? Come on, man.
Do you know that the size of Sambisa, the size of Sambisa forest is bigger than many countries put together in Europe. Many countries, Sambisa forest alone. These people have been living in this forest for decades. They go, that's why they use motorbikes, because they go in the bushes. They go under the bushes, they know where they go about that. You're thinking that you are thinking that you are having, I think you have a wrong idea of what we're dealing with in the north.
The issue of security is a very deep one. So, but let's move to other insecurity. Let's move to other insecurity. We'll continue talking on it anyway, but let's move to other ones happening. You all witnessed what happened yesterday. Extreme Islamic rules are taking over. A father and a son killed 15 people. As of this evening, the numbers are increasing. We might even have more by the end of the day. 15 people in Bondi, Sydney, Australia, and it's terrible. I want you to be talking. The videos are muted, so you can still be talking while the videos run around. So we saw those things, and it's a serious issue there. This is some clips of what was happening. People shooting. So these two gunmen killed 15 people, and we heard, what the Prime Minister is saying now is that they have to push for tougher gun laws. We don't know how that could work, because some people will tell you they need their gun for security too. But it was mainly targeted to a group of people, the Jews community that were in that beach land side enjoying their Sunday. So do we continue to see more of this? What is this? What do we?
Well, you see, to be politically correct is one thing, but to tell the truth as it stands is another thing. Okay, so we're gonna now say, oh, the Jews are not being attacked. Oh, you say all lives matter. You know, therefore, we should never call it, and to stop feeding the narrative that, you know, this is, you know, anti-Semitic situation. No. Come on, man. Come on. We know this. Who is killing who? This particular individual is an Islamic, is somebody who was influenced by the Islamic movement. A son and a father came out killing people, targeting Jews. And then when it comes to Nigeria, we talk, if they're targeting churches, oh, we should not turn up. No, don't feed it. No. Tell the truth as it is. Because the people are not listening. They are not listening. So when you call it the way it is, maybe we can deal with that situation and nip it in the bud, rather than trying to be politically correct. So what we're saying here is this. Again, This individual, they were influenced by the military, by the Islamic movement, and they came out killing. Can you imagine how many people? And against the Jews? So that should not be said, because what if they kill somebody else who was among the Jews but is not a Jew? No, the target was motivated by an anti-Semitic movement. And that is the reason why they targeted these people. And now all of a sudden the government will have to deal with this situation. Can you imagine a father and a son who comes out to kill people simply because of this? It's gone so deep. It is gone so deep. Now, if we have to bring a new rule or a new law against the Islamic movements, because they are 9 times out of 10, it is them that are causing all these issues. Whether we like it or not. Come to Nigeria. Yes, we know that there are other groups that are copycats that are doing certain things that might look like this, but 80 to 95% of what is going on is influenced by the Islamic movement. And why is that? Is that a religion that is of such a hatred that, it doesn't matter, where they are. It's all about killing people and killing other religious people or going after other people. What is it? Why? Why are other religions not having issues except one around the world? That's one major question that we need to ask. Is there something that we need to do as a world?
Yeah, so the Prime Minister says that it's a result of extreme ideology. Dr. Femi, a man and a son goes out. So what you're seeing, viewers, what you're seeing is clips from somebody. They were all down. They were down. Everybody went down, but they were still getting them one by one. So, but somebody was
because they have binoculars on their guns. Can I just go deeper than this? For me, when we come to issues like this, I don't deal on the surface. I want to go further into it. What we saw in Sydney is child's play to what is coming. I'll repeat it. What we saw in Sydney is child's play to what is coming in most Western nations. The Muslim Brotherhood is the terrorist organization that is fueling these things all over the world. And they have gone way into the Western world. They have gone deep into the Western world. They have, let me break it down. They have 4 levels of terrorism. 1, they will come in as refugees. Or they'll come in as refugees, they get into the system. What they do is that they bring, the second stage is that when they get into the system, they come in as refugee, no link. When they come in there, they get themselves into groups. That's the second group. That's the second stage. The second stage is that they start showing disdain for your system and your society. And what they do is that before they start doing that, they get into government. They've gotten into government in most Western countries. They are now into system and most Western countries. Let me tell you one of the things they now do. Because the law, their religion and their laws allow them to marry 4 or 5 wives. While you and me are having 2 children, they are having 15. So when it comes to election, there are 15 children will go and vote. Meanwhile, 2 of your children are saying, I'm a big boy, I'm not going to leave in my house, it's cold. They are going to vote, 15 vote for a Muslim leader to get into office. That is why you are seeing in USA, some of them are getting into office and they are coming in with so much venom and attacking other people's religion. Now they've gotten, look at major mayors in this country are Muslims. There are Muslim leaders in this country who are mayors. The home office of this country is controlled by a Muslim person. So they are getting into government gradually. They are moving to this government, even to the extent that I think New York or a state recently, the mayor became
New York,
and now he's coming out. They are coming out with Sharia law gradually. They are pushing the Sharia law thing. Go and look at the history of Syria and Lebanon. They used to be Christian countries. This was how they gradually went to those countries. They went to government and they chased out who are And Turkey. Sorry, not Turkey. They went and chased out Christians out of those countries, and they became Islamic nations. They are doing that system into the Western nation. Now, if you go on the street of London, now you have a lot of them are in the police, in the Nigeria, the Metropolitan Police. They are arresting people who are preaching on the street of London. If you see those who are doing it, you see that with their intonation and their look, you see that they have an affiliation to the Arab nation. And this is what Muslim Brotherhood is breeding in this. So by the time they get more into government, they will begin to attack the indigenes of those nations. And all because of our political correctness. Let's put everybody together. Because everybody is together in this thing. We are all one. They are doing that in Western nations. And gradually, they are putting it out there for everybody to see.
Interestingly, Dr. Femi, you agree to this one, but
the difference, let me tell you the difference in Nigeria and here.
Okay.
Typical Nigerian Muslim is not a pro-brotherhood Muslim. There are Fulani, let me explain this. There are Fulani extract who are being influenced by the Sahel. The Sahel of Nigeria are the people on top of Nigeria, the nation Nigeria. They are pro that. The Hausas are liberal Muslims. The Fulanis are the ones who are more pro-ISWAP, more brotherhood. So they are beginning to get influence. Most of the people that are influencing this have that notion, the brotherhood notion in it. Today, do you know that a Muslim brotherhood is illegal in Saudi Arabia? It's illegal in UAE because they know the meaning of that. It's illegal in the Western pro-minded Islamic countries. That's why they don't allow, when there is crisis, they don't allow them to come in. Because they know what they will do. They don't allow them to come because they know what they will do. Meanwhile, the Western nation is doing it. Those who are killed those people in Australia, go and check them. They have Australian passports.
Okay. Listen to this. So what you're doing, what you're saying is that we need to put our hands together for Trump. Come on, everybody, put your hands together for Trump.
Of course.
Because you know, finally, Trump, you are such a fantastic president. We hail you from Canada. I support this man, Trump, because he is the only one that got the political balls to stand up and face these people squarely by knowing the secrets behind the Muslim Brotherhood. So we clap for you. Clap for Trump from London. Italy, clap for Trump from Milan. Clap for him. I hear my President Trump. You are such a wonderful, strong man. Thank you. Please, do not give up on Nigeria. If whatever you can do to come over there and eradicate this brotherhood in the Sambisa forest or whatever, let's clear them all up. Let's have peace in the world.
Let's have peace in the world. Gentlemen, also, we had, you know, whenever there's this evil, when evil arises, somebody will from nowhere be that bold. So the world is also looking at a young man. This is a clip of the man that bravely, more than a hero, he went and held. You can see the clip there, the man coming from the back there, and he held the video, the son that was shooting. That was the son, but he didn't shoot him. He just took the gun from him and scared him with facing the gun at him. So, but anyway, that's a hero there. So that's the moment. It was caught on camera too, when that bystander took over the weapon from the shooter, and it shows how some people can be brave. You know how he just stopped him. He said, "No, you can't go on doing this." They were just killing people like animals, like chicken. You know, him and the father. The father is the one that is still up there and still shooting, as if these people are not human like him. So this is what happened, viewers. During the weekend, sad news from Australia. Bondi Beach in Sydney had many people being killed by a man and his son, a 50-year-old Sajay Karam and the son Nivid. They were just there killing like it's like as if it's a duty they have to do. Shooting people. Among the dead was a little boy, a 2-year-old boy, and a father. They were all Jews taking their time out to enjoy the sunny weekend. So, gentlemen, thank you very much. George, you said those things so well. Trump really means business when he said what he said.
And I hope he continues and let it spread around the globe.
Yes, but George, it wasn't only in Sydney. Also, you remember we had situations in your place there. What was it? Brown University had killing too. Two people were killed. What's the story there? What's the story from Brown?
A young man that did that, and and I think a law should be moved. If a teenager decides to act like an adult or commit a crime like an adult, there should not be any rule or law that will prevent them from being treated like an adult. As simple as that. Or else there must be a conditional type of law whereby when a teenager begins to act certain type of way or commit certain type of crime, those laws that limit the government or the people from exposing that individual or giving some kind of leniency towards the teenager should be removed, and that person should be dealt with like a considered adult. That person should be dealt in that way, because what we're seeing is the ages are coming down even further. In the past, they didn't have access to a whole lot of things. Now they do have access on their phones. They do a lot of things that are just, even we that are grown up don't even understand where they're getting all this information from. So I honestly believe that the law should be changed, whereby if anybody from the age of 15 and above commits any type of crime, that individual ought to be treated like an adult and jailed like an adult, because if they have the guts to stand up at that age to carry a gun and kill other people, we ought to be blinded to their age and make sure that they are treated like adults. And that's what what I think should be done.
Yeah, Dr.
I concur with that, because it's getting the criminals are getting younger now, and because they know how to manipulate the law. When they come about this, they know, I'm an underage, nothing will happen. I'm an underage. I'll go to a detention center where I'll be playing PlayStation. So that's all I will end up with. So they know that's going to happen. So if they know, they'll be dealt with like an adult. Yeah. So if you know they can face gas chamber, they can go for life, they can be hung, they can be. So they know the implication of that. They will not do that. Will not happen. So this is getting closer home. Yeah.
Dr. Femi, listen to this. Dr. Femi, listen to this.
Okay.
In Canada right now, there's been a lot of car snatching, gunpoint car snatching, expensive cars. So what is happening that a lot of these grown-ups are now influencing these teenagers. Once they are underage, they will give them gun, they go out, they hijack vehicles, and then when they are caught, the court is so lenient because the teenagers, they give them bail, they come out, they continue with their roguery while the case is still ongoing. So I honestly believe that a law ought to be brought forth. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you're old enough to understand good and bad and able to go and do the bad, you'll be treated like an adult bad. And also, Canada ought to stop the leniency in giving them bails, because when they come out, they go back into the same crime. So they must be held responsible and accountable for everything that they do. Therefore, bails ought not to be given to them. They must be locked up until they go through their final cases and then go to jail. That will stop them from doing what they are doing.
All right, gentlemen. So, viewers, we're talking about the Brown university situation during the weekend. But George, they are still looking for the guy. They said
they're still looking for him. They haven't found him yet.
He shot 2
but
students.
Eventually they will.
He shot 2 students dead and 9 others are injured. That's the Ivy League school. This brings to about 399 mass shooting this year, George, and 13,000 deaths nationwide in the United States. This is crazy. That's what we did out from our archives. So you have so much. So this year so far, 75 school shooting in 2025, then 399 mass shooting and 13,902 shooting deaths worldwide in the United States.
Okay, well, I want you to pay attention to this.
So
see, when we all of us here, I believe we're Christians, and we know that this is not a prophecy unfolding in our own eyes. They say that the love of many will wax cold. Okay, the love of many will wax cold, and that's exactly what you're seeing. Satan is on a rampage, and he's out there influencing whoever he can to make sure that there is an intensification of criminal acts and terrorist acts and all those things. This is prophecy being fulfilled in our presence, unfolding in our eyes. And that's exactly what it is. And we need to call it forth.
The part of the Bible passage I would take rather is the one that says, evil men shall be more evil. Evil will wax stronger, and men will.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Evil.
Yeah, they'll be lovers of themselves.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
All right, gentlemen, let's move on now. Also, during the weekend, the Supreme Court in Nigeria upholds the president's power to declare emergency rule and suspend elected officials. So now it's now stamped. It's not like boom. The president can go ahead with suspending and declaring emergency rule. George, let me start with you. I know Femi will say a lot on that. George, so this gives Tinubu, now you can't say, why did he do this to Benin? Or what did he do to Rivers? He now has a right to do more than that. George.
Well, is this a constitutional change, or they just upheld it?
Supreme Court. The Supreme Court.
That becomes a constitutional change. It becomes a constitutional change. It becomes a constitutional change.
Yeah, because if it wasn't that way before, now this is exactly. Are we going to clap for the for the Supreme Court, or are we going to clap for them and say that they've done a good job? Because would they actually, if it does not favor the current government or the current president, would they be happy to also do something against the government? Because this is exactly our question is this: was it done the way that it was supposed to be done, or are they just still favoring the president? Because it seems like all the arms of the government are so weak now that only the executive government are the ones that are really reigning and taking care of everything. So I don't think that I'm going to hail the Supreme Court right now. I'm going to wait, because one of the major things is this particular court, whether we like it or not, is being influenced some kind of way, and they have not done anything for me to come and start clapping for them. No, seriously, think about it for a moment. So,
anyway,
Brother Femi, please update us, because I want to find out. Am I missing in action somewhere?
Yeah.
Dr. Femi. Okay.
Yes.
Dr. Femi, please help us.
The Justice Mohammed Idris held that the Constitution empowers. He said the Constitution empowers the president to deploy extraordinary measures to restore normalcy in where emergency rule is declared. So I think Go ahead.
Can I comment today? Now, please, Sir George.
Yes.
We are talking to Nigerians and we are talking to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
2 ways laws and the constitutions of a nation can be amended, or an amendment can come up in the constitution is through legislation in the Senate or National Assembly, or through the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court of Nigeria had upheld a decision to bring normalcy in a state. Remember, governors had immunity. Governors have immunity to the extent that nobody can touch them. But that part of that constitution gives a leverage to that. And that process that we're talking about, that the president can the cases of emergency still have to go through a confirmation through the National Assembly. Please, for goodness sake, let us not politicize anything we're talking about. What happened in Rivers State? What happened in Rivers State, if that had not been stemmed, we will not be sitting down here talking like this. Because some people who are looking for any opportunity to destabilize the southwest, the southeast, or south, we are already getting into that system until that was quickly stemmed.
Okay.
If what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had done, that had not done, if the president before now had been proactive, the insecurity in the north will not be like this.
Not be like this.
The insecurity in the north will not be like this. Remember, this Boko Haram thing was started because some people did extrajudicial killing in Borno State. Extrajudicial killing of the leaders of this sect was done in the police station. That was what led to this. If this had been stemmed at that time, people that are supposed to have been dealt with were dealt with, they will not get sympathy from the Islamic community and the Almonjeri community. Let us begin to think deeper than present. What we are talking about here is that the president of when they see this crisis coming, take to the National Assembly and get that done. And that was what controlled that situation. Today, Wike and Kubara are shaking hands. But if that has not been done, Rivers may still be on fire now. Because some people will take advantage of it and mess the whole place up. And before we know it, the whole South and the Southeast will have been engulfed in crisis. What we are talking about here goes beyond Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It goes that whenever a state has become engulfed in crisis, that would have been stemmed. If that has not been done, listen, let us be careful with it. Let's be careful with this line of thought.
Yeah.
Fubara was online because those 27 members of the assembly will definitely impeach him. When they impeach him, his group will not agree. Those who have impeached him have the right to impeach him. Rivers State will have been in flames. So what he did was to put everybody go and sit down. When the power left the two of them, they came back together and look at where we are today. If that has not been done, that would have been a mess because it will be power play. And when the two elephants fight, the grass will be the one that will suffer with the common man in Rivers State. And we are still talking about why should he do it? Why should he do it? Why should he not do it? For goodness sake.
The question is, can I respond to him? Okay. One of the major problems we have is if you come to this North America, Europe, or certain other places, when certain decisions are being made, they tell you plainly, the reason why we are doing such and such and such is because of this, and that. And they give you details of what the investigation or what they know is the reason. But most of the time, we hold a lot of secrets. We don't tell. The government is the only one that knows it. The public does not know it. They make certain decisions and they come and tell us what they were making this decision. And then when the public starts crying out, then they would now begin to give you explanation why they are doing certain things. No, it is government by the people, for the people, and with the people. And therefore, if you're making any decision, and especially it's a decision in a situation like what happened there, whether we like it or not, yeah, we thank God that right now the situation is calm and everything is back to normal again. But the way that it was handled before was not politically correct. It was not right at the beginning.
let's not go down on that again.
What I'm saying is, during the process, there were some moves that were made that were highly questionable. Okay.
Like what?
So all I'm saying,
it's okay. It's okay. Gentlemen, let's talk about what's going on so far in Nigeria, in Abuja. Shettima declares a 68th ordinary session of the ECOWAS leaders in Abuja. Do we hope to see some improvement and strengthening, some power enforcing rules for ECOWAS, because ECOWAS now looks like a barking, toothless dog? Dr. Femi, what do you say? Because we don't see much of. Go ahead.
ECOWAS is not a barking, toothless dog. ECOWAS is ECOWAS, or as always ECOWAS all the time. ECOWAS is a sub-regional government which is a fragment of Francophone and Anglophone countries. So therefore, it's not easy to be managed like any other regional power. If you're talking about any other regional power, because of the kind of the foundation and orientation of the nations in those that sub-region, is very difficult to have. You have French influence, you have the Anglophone influence, and now we have a Russian influence in it as well. So you have it's a mixture of everything, and also there's some Portuguese influence as well. There's a little Portuguese influence. So it's a mixed bag of every other thing. So we should be careful in doing this. And also the fact that I heard a lot of people say, why should Nigeria go to the Republic of Benin? Benin is always seen as Benin has always seen Nigeria as a big brother. Let me explain. Let me say something. What's called the ex-president of Benin called Obasanjo the father of our nation. If the current president called President Jonathan my big brother. So Nigeria is seen as big brother to West African nations. One of the things we also face to realize is that if Nigeria sneezes, most of these countries around us catches cold. We don't appreciate what we have. So that's why we always say Nigeria, most of them look up to Nigeria. Some countries in Nigeria get electricity that we don't have. They get it from Nigeria.
You just talked about and Togo.
Yes, they get it from Nigeria.
So now
ECOWAS, Nigeria and ECOWAS. Nigeria is ECOWAS. ECOWAS is Nigeria. Whatever we do, most of the time we fund ECOWAS programs. We fund ECOWAS. We carry ECOWAS on our head. So each time Nigeria is doing something towards ECOWAS, that is to say there is progress within that sub-region. And we need to have peace within that sub-region for ourselves to have peace. You cannot say, I want peace inside my house and all my neighborhood is on fire. So we have to put them together and then try and manage them so that we can live in peace.
Dr. Femi, I appreciate all of that. And that being the case, since that is the case, we ought to be careful how we govern ourselves, internally. Because if we're not careful, we might be leaving bad examples to other nations that are looking for us as a big brother. If we sneeze and the whole West Africa, catches cold, then we ought to be very careful how we deal internally and internationally. Because if we have to influence them, then the way we deal with our situation, that's why we have to be double careful.
That's it.
If you come to any family,
to whom much is given,
much is also required.
Much is expected. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and that is the reason why most of the movements that are being made, if it's questionable, then we have to bring out the questions. And let me tell you something that I love about Tinubu's government. They are a government that listens, and I don't give a care who says no. They do listen. They do listen. And that man himself, given the opportunity, because sometimes the ability to govern well is, is to surround yourself with able and capable people. So when they look good, they all look good together. So the one thing that I can appreciate this government about is they are a government that listens to the people. When you complain about certain things, you see them making moves immediately to correct it.
All right. So let's hope they will correct this issue that just came up, Dr. Femi. France coming to take over an aspect of our tax plan. I don't know if
that
you have
is
that
not
story.
true.
Wednesday, can you come tell
that
us
is not
more?
true.
No, but not today. Yeah, we need you to explain that thing because many media homes are raising it up.
It is blackmail. It is not true. It is about training. It is about training. Training. Listen about this. I've said it. I put it on the group chat.
I wanted us to talk about it on Wednesday anyway.
Okay, on Wednesday, we'll talk about it on Wednesday. Definitely talk about it on Wednesday.
So that you can take time to really explain to people.
I will be there on Wednesday.
I like you to explain.
People
because some media homes are also misleading people. Channels is reporting it, Sahara Report, all of these, they are saying it in another way. But
they don't want to pay. They don't want to pay tax.
They are political newspapers.
All right, gentlemen, let's go. We have to go. We've discussed a lot here, viewers. We talked about the killing of 15 people in Bondi, Sydney. We've talked about also what happened in Kogi State during the weekend, where we have analyzed ECOWAS and Shetima opening up the 68th session of the ECOWAS meeting, and so many other things that have been addressed here. So it's time to go, guys. George, do you have any few final words for today?
Well, we continue to pray for our president and his family, and all the governors and their families, and all the local government chairmen and their families. That peace will reign in our country, that God will grant them the wisdom and the ability to serve the people the way they're supposed to, and to open up any type of corruption and let it be eradicated, and hold the people that are responsible accountable for everything that happens. And I pray for the President Trump. I pray for that man now. Since Dr. Femi just told me what he said today, President Trump, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you that you will continue to be strong to let your influence not only be in America, move it outside of America to a lot of European countries and a lot of all these other countries in order for us to nip this nonsense Islamic terrorists in the bud, because we want a peaceful world to dwell in. Thank you.
All right. Femo, thank you, George. Powerful words. Femo, anything? But we really need you on Wednesday to come explain that tax thing, Femo, please.
No, don't worry, he will.
I will.
Dr. Femi, he's a loyalist. He's a loyalist.
All right.
No, it's a case of the timing of my lectures. But now I'm a little bit getting, because the winter exams sessions is getting lighter now. Yeah, this will be my last academic week. So I will try and create time for this 11th.
Wednesday.
Anyway, Wednesday. By the grace of God, I want to join Sir George to pray for Nigeria, for the betterment of Nigeria, for Nigeria to be a better place where we can all call home and we can all see peace. The peace of Nigeria is our peace. And I pray for wisdom and understanding for the leadership of Nigeria and for the people of Nigeria to prosper and live in peace.
Amen.
Nice. Gentlemen, let me leave you with this video, this clip. It's you all know him, that very loud man, Julius Selo Malema, the South African politician. There's something he said. Let's go with this one. Viewers, listen to this man.
Even if America decides that I should no longer enter America, it's okay, I will enter Zimbabwe. I'll enter Botswana, I'll enter Nigeria, I'll enter Africa, my home. Why should I be concerned about people who are going to feed me beggars and make me fat when I can go to Nigeria and eat jollof? Nice, nom, nice food. So why must I fight for beggars?
That's it.
Nice.
That's
Oh,
the,
genius.
that's a good one.
Bye-bye till we come again next time. Bye-bye.